Well, well, look what we've got here. A little stray who thinks she can stroll wherever she pleases. Officer Rick Branson's smirk widened as he stepped from his cruiser, his canine snarling at his side. The quiet Glenvale street shimmered in late sunlight as 7-year-old Nyla Ellison froze, confusion locking her in place. To Branson, she wasn't a child, just another body to put in its place. But as the dog lunged and her screams tore through the calm, fate turned on him. A mile away, Maya Ellison, Delta Force veteran, was already running home. Every step, a soldier's promise of reckoning. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. The late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the grassy strip behind the old warehouse. Nyla's pink backpack caught the golden light as she walked her familiar path home, the drainage creek gurgling softly beside her. Her small fingers played with a toy keychain dangling from her backpack zipper, a little plastic bird that reminded her of the cardinals she often spotted on this route. "Hello, Mr. Cardinal," she whispered to her keychain, swinging it gently. "Did you see any real birds today?" The simple pleasure of her after-school ritual made her smile, her sneakers crunching softly on the well-worn path. Up ahead on her porch, Mrs. Patel balanced on a step stool, reaching up to adjust a small black device above her door. Her gray hair was neatly pulled back, and her reading glasses hung from a chain around her neck. She turned and spotted Nyla, her kind face lighting up with a warm smile. "Careful up there, Mrs. Patel," Nyla called out, waving enthusiastically. "Just installing my new doorbell camera, dear," Mrs. Patel responded, climbing down carefully. "Now I can see who's at my door before I open it. Isn't technology wonderful?" The quiet afternoon shifted when the low rumble of an engine approached. A white police cruiser creaked along the street, moving at a crawl. Through the windshield, Officer Rick Branson's stern face scanned the area, his jaw set in a hard line. Behind the wheel, Officer Kyle Drummond's shoulders were tense, his eyes darting between his partner and the road. Branson grabbed the radio mic. "Dispatch, Unit 47, we've got a juvenile trespasser on private industrial property." His voice carried an edge that made Nyla stop in her tracks. "But I walk here every day," Nyla said, her voice small but clear. "This is public land. My mom showed me on a map." Branson's car door swung open with a heavy creak. His boots hit the ground with deliberate force as he emerged, one hand resting on his belt. In the back of the cruiser, Thor, his canine partner, stood at attention, muscular and alert. "This is private property, young lady," Branson declared, his tone sharp. "You're trespassing on industrial land." Drummond stepped out more slowly, his younger face showing uncertainty. "Hey, Rick, maybe we should just—" He glanced at Nyla's small frame and pink backpack. "She's just a kid walking home." "You want to question my judgment, Drummond?" Branson snapped, already moving to the rear door. Thor's eager pants were audible as Branson opened it, keeping a firm grip on the leash. The German Shepherd's powerful presence made Nyla take a step back. Her heart began to race as Thor's focused gaze fixed on her. The toy cardinal keychain slipped from her trembling fingers, landing in the grass. "Please," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "I just want to go home." "Control the situation," Branson muttered, letting Thor move forward, the leash extending. The dog's training kicked in, responding to his handler's tension. "Rick, take it easy," Drummond pleaded, his voice cracking. "This isn't necessary. She's just a kid." Mrs. Patel gripped her porch railing, her new doorbell camera's tiny light blinking steadily. "Officers, what are you doing? She walks this way every day." Nyla backed away from Thor's advancing form. Her foot caught on a rock and she stumbled backward, landing hard. Her scream pierced the air high and terrified. "Thor, forward!" Branson's command cut through the chaos. The German Shepherd launched forward, powerful muscles propelling him toward the fallen child. In seconds, Thor was on her. Nyla's screams intensified as the dog's teeth caught her sleeve, ripping the fabric. Her small body curled into a ball, protecting her face as tears streamed down her cheeks. Stop resisting, Branson shouted, his face flushed with anger. Stop moving. Drummond lurched forward, reaching for Thor's leash. Jesus Christ, Rick, stop this. Get that dog off her. Mrs. Patel's voice carried from her porch, shaking with fury and fear. Her trembling fingers already had her phone out, dialing frantically. The sound of ripping fabric mixed with Nyla's sobs. Her pink backpack lay in the dirt, its ripped fabric a silent testament to the day's events, moments on the path she had walked so many times before. Mrs. Patel's phone connected. On the other end, Maya Ellison's screen lit up with an incoming video call. Mrs. Patel's voice came through urgent and breaking. Your daughter! Police! Dog! Come now! The golden afternoon light that had seemed so peaceful just moments before now cast harsh shadows across the scene. A terrified child on the ground, a dog's teeth in her sleeve, two officers in stark contrast, one aggressive, one hesitant, and an elderly woman's steady hand holding a phone, her new doorbell camera recording every second of the unfolding nightmare. Maya burst through her front door, her ER scrub still on and running shoes already laced. The familiar weight of her hospital ID badge bounced against her chest as she sprinted down the street. Her breathing remained controlled, measured, the same rhythm she had maintained through countless military drills. Each exhale carried her forward as the sound of aggressive barking grew closer. The golden afternoon light that had seemed so peaceful minutes ago now cast an eerie glow across the neighborhood. Maya's feet pounded against the pavement, muscle memory from years of training taking over. She could hear Nyla's cries getting closer, mixing with the sharp barks of the police dog. Rounding the corner onto the utility easement path, Maya took in the scene in fragments, just as she'd been trained. Her daughter on the ground, pink backpack torn, German shepherd hovering. Two officers, one aggressive, one hesitant. Mrs. Patel on her porch, phone still recording. Multiple neighbors emerging from their homes, cell phones raised. Thor's teeth were inches from Nyla's face, saliva dripping from his jaws as he growled. The child lay frozen, tears streaming down her cheeks, her small hands covering her head. Officer Branson took a step forward, his face twisted with authority. I'm finishing the control procedure, he announced, pulling the leash taut. The subject needs to comply. Maya's training clicked into place like a key turning in a lock. Her voice cut through the chaos, precise and commanding. 3 sharp commands in German, words she had learned during joint operations with military canine units. Halt's, Platz, Bleib. Thor's reaction was immediate. His ears flattened against his skull as he dropped to his belly, releasing Nyla's sleeve. A confused whine escaped his throat as his training overrode Branson's authority. Branson's face drained of color. His grip on the leash went slack as he stared at Maya, then at his now submissive dog. What the hell did you just... You moved that leash again, officer? Maya said, her voice carrying the quiet menace of someone who knew exactly how much damage they could do. And you'll regret it. She stepped between Thor and Nyla, her movements fluid and controlled. Behind her, Officer Drummond fumbled for his radio, fingers shaking as he keyed the mic. Dispatch, we need backup at... Radio all you want, Maya cut him off, gesturing to Mrs. Patel's porch. It's all on camera now. Her eyes swept the growing crowd of neighbors, their phones steadily reporting. The crunch of tires on pavement announced another arrival. Sergeant Dana Chu's patrol car pulled up, lights off, but with purpose. She stepped out, taking in the scene with sharp eyes. Recognition flickered across her face as she spotted Maya. Memories of a joint tactical course years ago surfacing. Body cams on now, Chu ordered, her voice carrying the full weight of her rank. Branson's hand moved to his chest, hesitating. His face had shifted from shock to something darker, more defensive. I said, body cams on, Officer Branson, Chu repeated, louder this time. The edge in her voice left no room for debate. Maya knelt beside Nyla, keeping her movement slow and steady. Baby, I'm here, she murmured, gentle fingers checking for injuries. The sleeve of Nyla's shirt was torn, revealing angry red marks where Thor's teeth had caught fabric instead of flesh. Does anything hurt? Nyla launched herself into her mother's arms, sobbing. I just wanted to go home. I always walk this way. I know, baby. I know. Maya held her daughter close, with one arm while raising her voice to address Drummond. Call EMS now. My daughter needs medical attention. Her tone made it clear this wasn't a request. Thor had crept closer, still lying low, his eyes moving between Maya and Branson as if trying to sort out the chain of command. He settled by Maya's leg, tail low, clearly responding to her dominant presence. Branson stood rigid, his face pale with anger and embarrassment. His hand kept twitching toward the leash, but Maya's warning hung in the air between them. The crowd of neighbors had grown, their phones still recording, their murmurs growing louder with each passing moment. The sirens of approaching sirens, not the sound, the wail of approaching sirens, filled the air as neighbors continued to gather. The golden afternoon light caught the tears on Nyla's cheeks.